Here we go. Baby, don't turn out the light, 'cause I wanna see you look at me. Whisper only truth tonight, not just promises and empty fantasies. I don't need a bed of roses, 'cause roses wither away. All I really need is honesty from someone with a strong heart, a gentle hand. Take me as I am. That's right, right. Baby, I need for you to know just exactly how I feel. There's those fiery passions, they come and go. Trade a million pretty words for one touch that is real. I don't need a bed of roses, 'cause roses wither away. All I really need is honesty from someone with a strong heart, gentle hand who take me as I am. Oh yeah, I'm someone with a strong heart, a gentle hand who take me as I am. Show you, baby, that a woman can be tough. So come on, come on, come on, and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Just take another little piece of my heart, I know you will. Break another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it. Whatever makes you feel good, so good. You're out on the street looking good, baby. Deep down in your heart, you know that it ain't right. Oh, you never hear me crying. You know I cry all the time. But each time I tell myself that I can stand the pain, you hold me in your arms and I start singing once again. So come on, come on, come on, and take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Just take another little piece of my heart, I know you will. Break another little piece of my heart now, baby. 'Cause you know you got it, whatever makes you feel good, oh, say. Each time I tell myself that I can stand the pain,
Sanford, our Music City Tonight band and singers. And I got to tell you what a treat it was this afternoon to watch these two meet for the first time. Loretta Lynn meets Faith Hill. And it was just like instant hugging because you two had never met before.
No, it was, I have to tell y'all this, that if I could choose any night to be here, tonight would be the night. This is something I'll never forget.
This was
I love you.
This was the night for me because I love you too.
You were telling me about, Loretta was telling me backstage about the first time you'd heard Faith Hill's music.
Yes, first time I seen her sing, I said, she's got to be a star.
Yeah.
She is destined to be a star. And watch out, here she comes. That's all I said.
That's all it takes.
And here she is.
This lady knows what it takes to make it big in country music. Now, I'm curious, I don't know, Loretta, maybe you can give us some insight to this, and Faith, from your point of view, how country music views women these days. You know, like when you first started out, it was a rough go. You couldn't get your records played, could you, Loretta?
I can't get them played today.
Well, no, I mean, you know what? I set you up on that one.
Charlie?
I set you up on that one, didn't I?
You set her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you set me up.
But really, I think the attitude has changed somewhat, don't you think, Faith?
Well, I think it's definitely tough, you know, it's a tough period. But the women right now, you know, as always, have put out great stuff. And the women today they're kind of being a little more risky than the men are, I think.
Well,
you know,
so.
and I think it's good, you know, because the stuff that we're hearing is different and exciting and fresh and.
Yeah, you're right. Now, Loretta, back in, when you first started out, did you resent being called the girl singer, just another girl singer?
No, I think they call me the girl that sings them dirty songs.
Dirty songs? Really?
Well, you know, they even thought, some of the stations even thought that Don't Come Home a Drinking was a little bit risque at the time. And, of course, poor little old Owen, you know, my producer, he's the greatest producer in the world as far as I'm concerned, and always will be. He come out of the studio a couple of times when I'd be singing a song that he thought was a little bit funny, and he'd say, honey, I think you made a mistake here. Wasn't no mistake.
That's right, no mistake at all.
No.
I had, when I was on doing my radio tour last year before the single Wild One came out, just to give you a little example, I was visiting a radio station, and we were, you know, eating dinner, and the gentleman, I was asking him all these questions, trying to find out all this information, you know, so he says, yeah, we're getting a lot of females coming our way here, and we're going to have to cut back on our playlist an hour on females. And I said, really? I said, well, how many you play right now? And he said, I play one an hour. And I said, well, what you going to do, play half a song? or, you know, one every 2 hours or something?
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. So it's tough. It's a little bit tougher, but that's all right. You know, I'm not afraid of work.
No.
And,
it takes hard
neither are
work
the
to
other
get
females.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a time, I guess about 2 or 3 years ago, when you looked at a top 20 playlist, and there were no females at all in the top 20. It was all groups and, you know, individual male singers. So the times and attitudes really are changing. Now, we go back to the song you opened the show with here, Piece of My Heart. For those of you not familiar with that was a major pop hit back in 1968 for Janis Joplin, who at the time was the lead singer of a rock group called Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Yeah.
You had never heard that song when you recorded it, am I right?
Right.
You only knew the lyrics, but you had not heard Janis Joplin's version.
Well, I actually learned it from a Casey Burns, who is the daughter of Burt Burns, who co-wrote that song. She lives here in Nashville, and a friend of mine, James House, recorded it on her country, and that's how I learned it. And so when I was recording the record, I was going around saying, you know, yeah, I'm recording this Janis Joplin, Piece of My Heart, and I really didn't know how big that song was, honestly, because I was born in '67, and that was released in '68, '67, yeah, and I just didn't listen, you know, to that kind of music. So I'd go around saying that, and
She was born.
I'd go around saying that, and people, the look on their face would be like, "You're doing what, Janis Joplin?" And so I went to Warner Brothers and said, "What's the deal about this song?" And they said, "Have you never heard Janis Joplin's version?" And I said, "No, I learned it from this demo, country version." And they said, "Child." They said, "When you, child, we gotta wake you up." When So they said, whatever you do, yeah, don't listen to that until you finish, you know, recording your record, because it would really influence you. And we finished the record, make a long story short, went to Warner Brothers, they played me the song, I listened to it twice through, could not believe, it blew me against the wall. I said, oh my Lord, if my mom ever heard this original version, she'd wonder what happened to me.
Well, now you put a special touch to it, so you have nothing to be shy about. It's a great song.
Well, thank you. I'm proud of it.
And you should be. And Faith will be back with a song for you a little bit later on in the show. Did you hear that? She was born in '67, doesn't it?
I heard that. I did.
Doesn't that make you want to take a drink?
I was trying to rub that in, Charlie.
Where's our water?
Yeah, where's our water? Yeah, is that what you got in that bottle down there? Anyway, Faith will be back a little bit later on. Here's a funny man. I know you've probably seen this guy on the show with us before. He takes songs, well, I mean, like Janice Jr. over here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No. Like nah.
Yes.
She's getting there.
That's true.
That was good.
That's close enough, kid.
I'll do it again. Go ahead, baby. Let her rip.
Wow!
Okay, a little piece of my heart.
I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. Along the highway, well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. As the sky turns gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. After midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere a walking. After midnight, searching for me. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. As the sky turns gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. After midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere a walking. After midnight, searching for me. I've got your picture that you gave to me, and it's signed with love, just like it used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your picture, she's got you. I've got the records that we used to share, and they still sound the same as when you were here. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got the records, she's got you. I've got your money, and they got me. I really don't know, but I know it won't let me be. I've got your class ring that proves you care, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you. for somebody new.
Loretta Lynn comes from Butcher Holler, Kentucky, and you can feel the country in her songwriting. She lets you know exactly where she stands. You'll know that. I love her so, so much. And I wasn't much more than a baby. I thought he was a bear. With my daddy carrying me around. He said I learned to walk while holding on to just one thing. Of a man instead, 6'3". Not old enough to understand the meaning of depression. Just something people talked about a lot. My daddy was the one who tried to make a big impression. Just one heck of a man that worked for what he got. They don't make him like my daddy anymore. Yes, they've thrown away the pattern through the years. In a great big land of freedom, at a time we really need them. They don't make them like my daddy anymore. They don't make them like my daddy anymore. Thousands of back-top miles later, they had a reason to try their luck in Nashville. Honky Tonk Girl was a hit, peaking at number 14 on the charts. Two of Loretta's earliest Nashville fans were Opry star Ernest Tubb and producer Owen Bradley.
I was lucky enough to say yes to the Wilburn brothers, who brought me a demo of a girl singing a song called Biggest Fool of All, I believe it was. And she sounds really nice, but I said, I don't really need anybody right this moment. I need a song for Brenda Lee. And it was a hit for her. And then I met Loretta. And I only got a star, I got a friend. One of my very lucky days.
I'll always be grateful to Loretta for fool number one. But even more so, I'll always love Loretta's special way with a song and how her personality always shines through everything she does.
Chapter 3, Success.
All along, success has made a failure of our home.
And Success was the name of her first top 10 hit, followed shortly by the first of her many recordings to go to number 1.
And don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind.
She sung with everyone from the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra, to her rowdy friends, the Muppets. But later it was those wonderful songs with her soulmate, Conway Twitty, that the world will never forget.
Besides her dozens and dozens of awards and honors, Loretta was the first female artist to be named Entertainer of the Year on the CMA Awards. And in 1980, she was joined by her sister Crystal and her mother Clara when she received the Academy's Artist of the Decade Award for the 1970s. And finally, tonight's chapter, Pioneer.
Well, now we've heard all the reasons Loretta deserves this Pioneer Award and how she helped change the image of female country artists and female country people, too. I just want to remind you of all the things she's been careful not to change. Her pride in her country heritage, her care in preserving the sound and feeling of country music, and most of all, her loyalty and love.
When he gives me more love than a lifetime of look I could ever find.
Through good times and bad, like Mooney's current illness that has kept him in Tennessee tonight, Loretta has always been there for her man. She's also always been there for her family, her friends, and of course, her fans. And when she's needed it, they've returned the favor. From then till now, from coal miner's daughter to pioneer woman, ladies and gentlemen, Loretta Lynn! Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, this is a surprise. And my husband kept telling me I had to come out here. I love you too, honey. And, but I'd like to say, too, that one of my most memorable awards was given to me here. And I think the Academy of Country Music has been greater to me than about anybody in the world when it comes to award shows. And MCA Records, of course, I started out on Decca, and then they changed over to MCA, which the Owen Bradley, my producer, as you've seen a while ago. And, but I'd like to say that I thank my husband for me being in the business. He's in the hospital right now, and I left his side because he made me. And then when I got out here and I called back, he was a little worse than what he was when I left, and we thought we'd have to leave last night. But we will go back if he needs us right away, and which I am going back right away, but even sooner. But I want to thank all of you, and I want to say that this is, what else can I say? I wish you would have took this award from me, girls. But I want to thank all of you very much, and thank my husband, Mooney Lynn.
Still to come, the award for Top Country Video, plus a great John Anderson-Tracy Lawrence duet.
Say you're gonna take him home, and I don't
And she was so dang wise and funny. No, we all good. We good. I am honored to have been in your presence, Loretta. I am grateful to have so many memories with you. I am proud to be a woman in country music. I am proud to be a mom. I am proud to have had the privilege. Glory. To have had the privilege of following, for so many of us, of following you down the musical path you blazed for all of us.
I just want to say thank you, Loretta. Thank you.